Okay, here we are everyone. Welcome to week 2 of the ICC 2024, where today we have another Group A match coming up ahead. It's China 2 versus Taiwan. First of all, I wish you all a very warm welcome here, as we have quite an important match in Group A, because both of the teams participating right now have won their Group 1 match. It was Taiwan who took down China 1 with a 2-0 victory, and also China 2 won their match 2-0, and this was against Malaysia. If you look at the full results from week 1, 5 out of 6 matches were played. China 1 indeed defeated by Taiwan 2-0. The USA beating the Netherlands 2-0. China 2, Malaysia also shown 2-0. Then was USA 2 versus Italy. Very close match, but Italy getting the third map victory, win that 2-1. And then finally Sweden versus Germany, which was played last Sunday, also ended in a 2-0 victory for Sweden. This means leading up to week 2, that we have some key matches coming up where some teams can already be kicked out of the tournament in case that they lose their matchup this time round. For China 1, for these teams, I mean, both of them, it's looking very good. If Taiwan wins their matchup, they're certain to go to the playoffs, because in the final week, China, well, they're almost certain. China 1, China 2 have to play against each other. So it all depends on the results that are going to come through in the China 1 versus Malaysia matchup. For Malaysia, it's key for them to win their match, otherwise they are likely going to be eliminated. Meantime, we also see Hyomin being joined in. Yeah, before we talk about the maps as well, in Group B, so Sweden will take on the Netherlands. Sweden on 3, Netherlands on 0. Netherlands will have to win their matchup, otherwise they will likely be eliminated. And the USA will take on Germany later on tonight. For Germany, same question, make sure you win it, otherwise you might be out of the tournament. Then in Group C, there's still a lot to be decided, but that's due to Israel not playing any games so far. But for today, China 2 versus Taiwan. We have the following maps coming up ahead. Taiwan chose their first map of Cannon. Then the map chosen by China 2 is Asan. If a third and final map shall be needed, we will go to Stone Temple. Now everyone is in the game. We see 3 appointments at the moment for China 2. Those are Terza, Jeremiah, and Hyomin. And we have 1 rifle, Wadu, and Bai Cheng will be the scope. And for Taiwan, the same lineup as last week. They don't have any subs registered, so they will have to play with this lineup of Zhang, K1CC, Alien, Iffy, and Zhu. So a very, very strong lineup. And yeah, if you look at those win-loss records, that is quite impressive to see as well. But looks like everyone is ready, so as soon as the players are good to go, we will be on our way with our first Week 2 matchup. I remember the team that wins this is very, very likely to go on to the playoffs, of course, depending on the results, the other results in the Group A match, which will be streamed tomorrow at 3:30 on top of my head. So in a little over a day's time from now. Tonight there's still another match, 9:30. It will be USA versus Germany. That should be on Kinder's channel, so Moas was, although he did have to run an appointment, so might be that he's a little bit late. Tomorrow I will catch the other match from Group A. And yeah, the Sweden versus Netherlands matchup tomorrow at 7 p.m. Not sure yet whether that is going to be streamed. Of course, I have to play myself. I'm not sure if Moas will be able to stream that. But enough chatting about that. We're going to dive into this matchup. It looks like we've had a few changes up ahead because we have 2 appointments coming out for a Chinese team. Let's see if we see any different guns to what we saw before. MP40s, still some Protos. FR out for K1CC if he gets the opening kill onto Terza. Good headshot to K1CC. Stillman has taken side control. Good double kill from Jeremiah. Kangnow's trying to move in. As Alien all of a sudden in a 1v3 situation. That happened very, very quickly. Not the start that Taiwan was hoping for. Isn't spot by Cheng in time. And he gets naded out. First round going to China. That was a very, very quick one. In the meantime, the predictions have also been started in the chat. Make sure to join in with those as well and let us know if you think that Taiwan or China too is going to win their matchup. This time Zheng is starting to give a little bit more backup, but that's a great nade onto him. Mainly down low HP. Binos come out as a fall back, but he's also on Binos himself. If he once again picking up the first frag, this time traded out by Wadu. Terza's got that TC9. That's also a gun that we haven't seen much. I thought I spotted it earlier, and I was correct in that sense. Great headshot by Terza. The scope is still in here, but he holds on for now. He needs to go huge here. Bombs down, but it's Alien cleaning up with a 2K, and Taiwan evens up the scores. We saw last week that Taiwan was super strong here on Cannon, and with them also picking the map now, this time round, it will be so tough for China to beat them, but they're going once again for a one push. We get a beautiful view at it. All the players have queued up in front of the bookshelf area. Xu and Iffy are trying to hold it. Xu going with a little peek there, but not spotting anyone. Yeah, Aliens posted up very far, so basically two sides clear. J1CC is holding the cross, so he knows nobody's going to be there. Oh, Zheng's got one on Bino. Gilman has been caught on Bino, but Jeremiah is trying to peek out. Zhu gets him. Great effort and a good hold so far. Zhu with a second now. Now trying to push on. They're going to rotate, but Terza is going to meet up with Ayan. Still holding that angle. Well done by him, and with Wadu now in a 1v5, he's not going to make that work. And now it shows this is the defense that Taiwan was doing so well last week around. It's very hard to break through it, and he needs almost a miracle to get it done. They're still going for one pushes, although that seems to be the hardest one. But we saw the retakes from Taiwan on 2 side were very strong last week as well, which means I think China too might be looking to avoid that a little bit. K1CC this time posted up in connector 2. So again, side 2 is on lockdown. I know it's going to be 1. They expect their people to do that. Wadu does get the kill to Cheng. After a lot of damage being dealt to by Cheng. Now if he's alone, Alien's rotating. But so do Terza, Jeremiah's on Wadu. Does K1CC hear that? I think he has an idea. Yeah, he knows it's going to be a rotate. Alien's rotating. Iffy and Hyoming are going to meet up. KC now calling out. Gets the first onto Terza. Seconds Jeremiah traded out then. And Wadu does get that beautiful kill. Iffy though with a return onto by Cheng. Now it's a 1v1. Iffy versus Wadu. Wadu needs to get this one. Would be the second of the round. But also to even up the scores once more. And Iffy knows he doesn't have to peek. He's still full HP. And Wadu's on 60. And he needs to get the bomb down. He's got a minute and 10 to work with. He knows where Iffy was earlier on. So he might just... He's actually going to sneak through connector 2. His best bet is likely to go to 1. I'm not entirely sure if he will dare to do so. He's going to move around. Yeah, he's going to go to 1. This is the right call here. Still going to go for a quick peek. Won't see anything here. And then he is going to go for it. Still slowly, not making any sound. But I think if he's also realizing this is likely going to be a 1 and he knows. Now he's heard the sound. Wadu's getting the bomb down. He's going to make sure that he closes as much distance between him and Wadu as he possibly can. That's a great peek by Wadu. And the helmet's off. If he's low, very low. Wadu's going to peek once more again. But Iffy with the immediate headshot in return is going to make sure that Taiwan keeps that lead. That was a lovely 1v1 fight. That's Iffy who does best.
Charge. Return to main base. You're
Currently actually 7 for 2 after just 4 rounds. Spei Cheng has picked up the L96A1. Once again, they're going for 1. They keep doing that. This time, Zheng's going to push up, but Terza immediately shuts him down. From far at the back, Xu does pick 1 up. They try to push for it 1-4. They have a double setup. Xu gets 1, and yeah, China 2 knows that they have to move back. Hyomin is going to walk into the clutches of Alien though. If he peeks out too far. Oh, beautiful! Second for Alien. And now Bai Cheng on his own. 1v3 situation. He's trying to hold that angle close. With so much map control being taken by Taiwan, it's going to be hard for him to work through anything. So waiting for it. They don't have the binos anymore. That's perhaps a good thing for him. Gets Alien. Gets straight out by Zhu. Good rounds for Taiwan, and they stay strong, but I think China will need to try something different here, because they constantly move over to 1, and apart from the first round where they got some quick kills, it's worked out. But it seems like they're persistent in going there. Terza this time is going to go to 2, so they split up a little bit more. And now K1CC hold the angle. Trying to free fire a little bit, smokes out, and you will have to rotate with Hyomin going to the outside. He spotted 3 players. Terza and Zhang met up. Zhang gets that one. So that's the 2 push cleared out. Oh, good shot by Bai Cheng. Now they have to push in. Now they have to go for it. Hyomin from behind. They finally have the side. Jeremiah has picked up the scope. Their scope is down though. 3v3. Misses the shot. Iffy with a second. Zhang with a nade kill onto Wadu. Hyomin has to fight back, but won't be able to make that work. 5-1 now for Taiwan. And China too really needs to try something different if they want to put more rounds on the board. I think even with a mid push they could get away. But they just keep going to 1. They keep going to 1. Does a fight and a lot of damage onto Terza. This feels a bit like a scrim here. Very persistent to try and go to the same side. Once again, Terza is left to pick that up and try and go over to mid. Main push already happening. Kilman's been shut down. Another 2k for Iffy. He's 12.5 in 4 at that AK. He's doing exceptionally well. Zhu gets naded by Jeremiah's, but knocked down. 3v5 situation. They now have to rely on Bai Cheng. She's holding that angle close. Gets that one. And CC fine. Yeah, Iffy with a 3rd in this round. I'm waiting for when China is going to try something different. They still have 2 more rounds to work with. Every round so far they've pushed to 1. And they just continue. I'm not sure if it's persistence or stubbornness at the moment, but it's clear that the push onto 1 hasn't worked out. They still try the same. You see with Taiwan on defense, they try something else every single round. This time Zheng's pushed up far in mid. Hyomin now with the binos. This time it might work out, but K1CC with the backup in time. Jeremiah trades him out though. If he's still on the side, Jeremiah needs to get this shot. Just a little bit with the free fire. If he now traded out. 3v2, but with Zheng coming in from behind, it's a 2v2 once more. And Jeremiah's is low. Needs to try and peek out. Alien's so full HP. Both of the players on side are low. They push in hard. Bai Cheng's still on the side. And he won't survive. 7-1 lead now to Taiwan. 1 more round remaining. China really struggling on offense. And he might as well go to 1 now again. You've done it every single round. They will indeed. Got Zheng with the bino. They've got Hyomin on it. Hyomin knows he can't push it too much. Almost falls into the clutches of the scope. And now they pick up 2. Terza's also found 1 in mid. That could be big. And still holding that off angle. Oh, good kill. Yeah, now they finally break through. Now they finally break through. And the final round, it does pay off. So the first round and the last round, they strike gold. But they're going to be down 7-2. Unless, no. AM won't have anything to say about that. 7-2 the first half. We go back to the lobby. And they know. We're gonna go back into the lobby, but it looks like Taiwan has put a very strong foothold in that first map that they picked here at Cannon, which means that now on offense, they only need 3 rounds in order to push it to map 2 Aslan and take victory in the first map. But a very strong performance by them so far, changing up defense every single round as well. As for China, the strategy seems to be quite bland, and try doing the same thing over and over until it did work out for them. Now Wado just has to make them switch, and then we will get ready. In the meantime, that gives us some time to look at the predictions. But no predictions have come in, so looks like we won't be able to refer to those whatsoever. But that does not matter, as we're going straight back in. And this time it will be Taiwan on offense with Zheng, K1CC, A and Iffy, and Zhu. And on NRF it's China 2's Terza, Beicheng, Chermaz, Wadu, and Human. It looks like they've left. So there was a DC for someone, I think. So they're not going to waste much time. These players have a lot of respect for each other, which is something that I do greatly appreciate. Yeah, and indeed one of the Chinese players has crashed. It's Jeremiah's. So we're going to wait for him to return, and then we will be able to get this underway again. Keep in mind, both of these teams won their week 1 matchup. So winning now will put them on 2 wins, 6 points, and make it pretty much certain for them to go through. But that depends, of course, on the result further down the line. For Taiwan, if they win here tonight, they just have to take on Malaysia next week. And if China 1 defeats Malaysia, then they will be certain to win it, because they will be on 6, and both of the teams still having to play against each other will be on 3. And if Malaysia does win against China 1, as Taiwan wins here, then still, it's still possible to get a 3-way tie, although unlikely any of the other way around as well. But so far, China 2 hasn't really been able to get close to what Taiwan is able to show up. So they will need to do better. They will need to be more resilient if they want to shut them down tonight. There is. Hermes has returned. Now when Treble 6 has all fully readied up, we will move back into Cannon. Just 3 rounds separate them from Echo and Aslan, which will be map 2. I would have loved to see Stone Temple, because I'm not sure how the Asian teams play on that new version. But for that, China definitely needs to put up a bigger fight, though Aslan is their map. So perhaps the fight is going to be a lot closer. But we're going to go back in. A 7-2 lead currently for Taiwan. So they just need 3 more on offense in order to take it. Remember, if this does end in a 7-2 victory for China 2, making it 9-9, then we will go into overtime. Overtime rules apply here at the ICC, the only tournament for AVA in which these rules apply. Yeah, and this is exactly what I was hoping that China would do. Go for a mid push. After like 5-6 rounds, we saw that everything they tried wasn't working out. They're completely giving away mid control. Zheng's now got control of 2 connector. They have control of the generator area. Hyomin is now going to push up. That could actually be dangerous. Oh, they're not looking at each other! They're not looking at each other! Hyomin had an amazing opportunity to get a kill, a freebie, but on the other hand, it will be Zhang getting a double. And now sights open. The scope has been shut down by Terza though. But Zhang, the master of this round, getting it handed to him. Meantime, Terza's going all the way to the back. Zhang, once again, knows he can use that Bino to his full advantage. Terza's coming in from behind. Zeus watching that. Oh, immediately a headshot. Terza's down. It's just Jeremiah. 1v3, and if he picks him up. What an odd round that was. Hyomin had it in his hands, but did not look to his side as Zhang was waiting there in the corner. That is heartbreaking for the Chinese team. Nate's come out. Hyomin pinoed a little bit. If he ain't just holding back, this is a good setup. Just let him take the control here around bookshelf. They'll push on. Oh, Terza gets one on side. Zeus actually pushed up, and Jeremiah's with that backup. And this time Taiwan's been a bit overzealous. They've gone for the split. And K1CC finds Wadu. Now Hyomin is going to come in. That's a good push from Hyomin. Needs to get a second here. But Ayan picks him up. He's on 2. It's actually just 1 kill. Had one last round. It's K1CC picking up the first. Now still 1v3. Still full HP though. He's going to meet up with Terza. Gets the headshot. Lovely. But the scope does knock him out. 8-3 now in total. And a good solid round this time round from China. Taiwan tried a split there. That did not fully work. And this time they're just going to take the bookshelf head on. Hyomin just pushed on. Too aggressive. No nates. Wadu has to fall back. Bai Cheng's already rotating. And I throw that nade. I think it's going to land close. Didn't work out too well. Deep flash. Ain is still watching the cross in mid, so they know nobody's gonna come from connect. This is, I love this spot. Look at this. We're going to quickly watch this before we don't have any time. He's watching here from 2 and the mid, so he knows nobody can come there. Bai Cheng wasn't able to hold anything off. He does now get Shu. Now Ain's going to rotate in. He'll be a late rotator. They won't expect him likely. And now Bai Cheng in a 1v3. Yeah, Alien's going to peek. He's still going to get his kill. No, actually, no. It's going to be a kill for Iffy. Taiwan's just 1 away. You can see they have their setups in control. They know how to play it. And even though it seems very simple to hold an angle like that, he fully covers the behind, which means that the rest of his team can just focus on spawn. Now Jeremiah gets caught off as well, together with Terza. It's got to be a full rotate. This might be it. This might be it. Taiwan's going to have a very strong foothold in there. And with Zhang with the binos on backstairs, it will be hard to come in. And then Hyomin's going to go front. They do have to split up. Zhang almost killed by Zhang if he finds Hyomin. Zhang's pushing up. He's found one. Now Wadu has to go for a 1v5 here. He gets caught from behind. It's a 10-3 victory for Taiwan on map 1. And it shows how strong they are here on Cannon. Their own map pick. So we're now going to go back into the lobby and prepare for map 2, which will be played on Aslan. So here we are then, we are back in the lobby. Now we've just seen Taiwan take quite a dominant victory, map 1, 10-3. I think the worst they've lost so far was like a 10-5. Look at the stats. And it was 10-4 versus China 1. They lost they won 10-4 on their map Cannon. And then the second map that I played, they won 10-2. Now they've won their first map 10-3. And I have to go to Aslan. Looks like we immediately go back in. No setup changes whatsoever. Still 1 pointman, 3 rifles in the scope for Taiwan. And 2 pointmans on Chinese end with 2 rifles and 1 scope in Beijing. And this is kind of the dynamic difference that you see between the Europe and North American teams in comparison to the Asian teams. For North America, they do still play with 1 scope. European teams rather favor going for a double scope setup. Especially like Sweden, Netherlands do that a lot. US just does 1. That's of course in Duke. Second US team, I'm not entirely sure if they play with a double scope setup. And also 1 pointman, which is interesting. That's something that we don't see the other teams do. They usually play with a double pointman setup. They don't rely on the rifles as much. And Taiwan definitely does do that. As Zheng tried to move up, Bei Cheng got him. If actually 3 kills been made with Bei Cheng going for a double. It's been spotted. Just missing that. Yeah, this oh, lovely shot by Bei Cheng, who is ready for that jump from Ayan. And he's now on to 3. Going for that wall bang. That should work with the L96. And if he knows that he has been spotted. Does this go through? It doesn't go through, does it? No. Does not go through. If he's found this first. Jeremiah's holding the angle. If he pre-fires this. Oh, Bei Cheng is now going to move in. Now Wadu from behind, but Jeremiah still to clean it up. Good first round from the Chinese team. Perhaps a little bit too careless for Taiwan over at 2 side, as Zhang has now switched to the Hawk 416C. It's a gun we haven't seen so far this tournament. Let's see how we can make that work, because of course this gun is a lot more silent. Great nade onto him. He's just going to push on. Now decides he can't do much more than that. Final mid, nobody there. Do it again. As the way you shoot final over here on Aslan. 3 spots so you can final here around the library area. Okay, 1 CC coming in with a nade spot. They should go right onto the side.
Fire in the hole!
Actually goes onto the connector. Lovely nade spot. You can also throw it through here onto the bomb if you have the bomb down. Almost the same angle. Cheng's now spotted Bei Cheng, but Bei Cheng has hit this shot before, so they should not be too careless with that. Hyomin now. He's found first. Bei Cheng's still holding it. He gets a good, lovely kill. Gets a second. 3 kills for Bei Cheng. As he goes massive. Now Wadu has moved in to help him out. But Taiwan, in the meantime, has taken 1 side. This little switchback is something that we see them do very often. But Bei Cheng, so far, going great. 6 for 0 in the second round. Still 2 to work with. If he gets both of them, it will be an ace for him. Wadu's posted up close. If he's cleared the mid, and Ayan is going to get the bomb down. Bei Cheng and Wadu have to do this together. He has to do it alone now. Gets one on Ayan. This could be the ace. Bei Cheng is on for the ace. Just as if he gets the ace! It's an ace for Bei Cheng in round 2. And China's up 2 for 0. What an amazing round by him. And he will now be 9 for 0 after 2 rounds after getting the bomb defuse. First of all, a sick hold over a 2 side. And then the 1v2 clutch. Great work by the scope. This is exactly what China 2 needed in order to start this second map. Getting a 2-0 lead over at Taiwan and try and make them a little bit nervous. I know where Tirza is. He might get naded out here. As I said, he might get naded out there. As 2 nades rain down in mid. They throw a nade back. But that is not going to hurt them. Look at that. Jeremiah and Wadu have pushed up beautifully. They have now taken control of the box room. Wadu knows he can just retreat. Shu hasn't spotted anyone just yet, but might run into Jeremiah's. Did they not see? They didn't see each other! They didn't see each other here. And now Zhu could go for a second. As he gets Wadu, he does get Wadu. He can't trade out his teammate. And on one side, suddenly open. If he gets a kill onto mid. But Tirza still on. Beicheng once again a kill. He's already in double digits. But Tirza, very crucially, has decided to stay back. This is likely something Taiwan won't be expecting. Beicheng's already rotating. Good angle, but Zhu does find him. Now Beicheng has to get yet another A. Ah, we can't get that. Quick kill by Zhu. And it will be first round on the board for Taiwan. They bring it back 2-1. There's still 6 rounds to go. Coming out from Tirza, that nade going to the window. Goes through lovely. Game 1 CC is going to push the mid now. Hillman and Jeremiah have already done their work over at 2 side, and with Shu still waiting. It's still a 3v3. Wadu knows he's not in an ideal position. He does expect that was going to be a 2-5 mid, but now he realizes he's going to get caught off by box room, and he's positioned himself in a different angle. Shu's still waiting. Ain is going into connector, and Shu's just waiting for K1CC to move in, but Wadu starts pre-firing and gives his position away. But that's because Hyomin has moved in. 1CC hasn't shot his bullet just yet. Now they know they're both there. The double push comes in, lovely. And now Ain is just going to rotate. This is a lovely move by Ain. He needs to do it. Wadu's on about 50. Hyomin is as well. He's still full HP, but he needs to get the bomb down. Does he know that they haven't yet rotated? Has quite some time to work with, but yeah, he just makes no sound. Just gets the bomb down. Now they will move in. As soon as they hear that tick, they know. Yeah, there we go. Now they rotate. Really make a lot of sound. Ain goes for the contest. The flash is not good enough, and we have another 1v2 clutch. Great play by Ain, recognizing they're going to come from the mid. And he gets that 2v2. All even up once more. This second map definitely kicking off a lot more. First an ace in round 2. Now 1v2 clutch in round 4. As the teams keep each other balanced. Zheng now switched over to the Desmodeus. Desmodus. Which I haven't seen used too much so far. But he's not choosing the MP38, which we see the Chinese team use, more particularly in Hyomin, which most of the teams in groups B and C also seem to use. Seems to be one of the stronger guns, of course, aside from the Faresk, but the Faresk has been banned. That gun's just a little bit too powerful after the recent buffs that came out. Did make the AK much more viable, which is why we're seeing the AK being used once more, which is good. Those are the guns that you want to see. The M4 still not being used too much, sometimes feed in pub, but not in the tournament so far. Now then, Tirza's starting to get some map control. If he's already moved up in mid, he won't spot him. He's now in the corner. Flash. Gonna push him. Tirza's made some sound. And if he's already come in, and with you getting Jeremiah's in garden, they can now take the bomb over to the one side. That's one for Hyomin. CC trades him out. Now it's just Baicheng. He's been put on Bino. Baicheng knows where Zheng is, but Zheng will just get him through the smoke. Taiwan takes the lead. After being down 2-0, they're back in action. As for Baicheng, he hasn't been able to pick up more kills after the start of round 3. Tirza pushes mid deep. He's just going to go on. He might catch Zheng off guard, but he does get the headshot onto him. Wadu just looks away at the wrong moment, but Jeremiah is helping him out. Zhu is down very low and he's now down. Good push by China. With Hyomin getting one on Ayan, but they're still going to push. Look at that, they're still going to come. They move in here. If he gets one on Hyomin, traded out by Beicheng. Now it's a 3v2. K1CC, let's hop on his screen. As Zhang has to push into mid. He needs to get the bomb down. Wado knows he can wallbang. This could be dangerous. K1CC has all 2 angles. He knows that spawn likely won't be the danger, at least for now. He gets 1, and the off angle onto Wado. 4 rounds straight for Taiwan. So just 3 remain here in this first half. And they're going for a hard 1. Early nades to make sure nobody can push them out. Also something you really don't see the Europe and North American teams do whatsoever. Jeremiah's with that beautiful off angle. Getting the first in the round. Sure knows he needs to smoke that out. Jeremiah's still on the side. Beicheng with that smoke shot onto him. Well done. He's now rotated. K1CC down. Good round by China. And make sure that that push does not work out for Taiwan at all. Now it's 2 remaining for the side change. On drop to Aiden. Do something different with Yeoman pushing in the mid. And that nade from Beicheng is definitely going to happen. That's an odd spot to be naded in. That's a lovely nade spot. Wait, is that a wall? There's no way that's a wallbang. I have never thought, as this gun is stuck in a beautiful position. Is this a thing? The wall's actually not that thick. Is this a thing? I mean, you'd have to shoot down. I don't think that would necessarily work. But seeing how he tried it, I would love to see if that works. I'd love players to test that out. So do let me know if anyone does go and test that. But we're preparing for the Taiwan push. Jeremiah is holding that angle on his own. He's playing fairly close. She'll be the first one to move in. And as soon as we see the util flying, that's when Taiwan moves. That's a great flash, but back up. Jeremiah's gotten 2. Now it's on to K1CC. He's in a 1v3. He pushes in. And Wado gets the headshot. Teams now off balanced 4-4. And starting to look like China 2 can do quite something here on their own map pick of Asan. Although we won't know, of course, how strong Taiwan's going to be on defense. We will see that in a moment's notice. As Zhang, I believe, got Beicheng on the binos. No, he did not. That was enough for Beicheng to move away and give mid control over to Taiwan. Beicheng just decides to move back. They'll keep a good eye on that mini-map. Of course, see it on our top left side of the screen as well. Here comes Beicheng. Oh, he missed that shot onto K1CC. That's crucial. With the smoke now out, he's flushed away, and Zheng is starting to move into 2 side. Looking to clear it, but not fully push it. He's waiting for someone to make a mistake. Hyomin has decided to push up in his turn. See if he can get to him quickly. There he is. He's gonna go to mid, so you won't catch Ayan. It will be Iffy who picks up the first kill of the round on the scope. Wadu's still holding from afar. And won't be able to pick any up. Jeremiah's now. From behind comes Zheng. And that's your first half done. Taiwan still has the lead. But a great start by Beicheng. It really does put the pressure on them. So now move back into the lobby. We're going to have our side change. Taiwan is just 5 away from victory in week 2. But it won't come easy here in Asan. So the host will have to switch us over, and then we will be good to go. It'll be very, very cool to see the Asian teams meet up with Europe and North America in the playoffs, which we are going to see next month. And for the playoffs, has been decided, by the way, how that is going to look like. 6 teams are going to qualify for the playoffs, so the first and second places in the groups. Now, because we have 6 teams, that means that 2 teams will get a bye in their quarterfinal matchup, which means that the 2 best first place teams will get a bye in their first match in the playoffs, which means they don't have to play their quarterfinals and are straight up moved into the semifinals. Can do that different. That is what we have decided on as the admin team, and I think it's the most fair, just having the top 2 qualify. That is, at least traditionally, how it is done. Oh, good deep nade. We saw the US team do that as well, the deep nade. And Zhang immediately has control of the bookshelf. This is strategy that Taiwan does put into play. They take the control a little bit different in comparison to their other teams. Wadu, though, is able to get 2. Finally trade out by Zhu, 3v2 still, and they have the bomb. So for Jeremiah's and Tirza, they have to retake that bomb over from the Taiwanese squad. Bombs posted up. It can come 3 ways. The way that K1CC is posted, he covers off both realistically. Actually just has the connector covered off. Yeah, with you holding deep. Oh, okay, once you see missing that shot though, wants to go for a no-scope. Trade's been made, Ian's up top. Terza's actually found 2. Terza's on for 1v3 now, but the scope won't let that happen. Taiwan pulls their lead away by another. 6-4 now in their favor. But that was close. And they decide to go over to one side. But this time, not much pushback from Taiwan. Tillman tried to jump up a little bit. Tirza does come out peeking. He gets knocked out. Wadu's still close. Iffy with the trade. And look at Cheng. Cheng's pushed up very far. But he doesn't even need to. As aim with a beautiful headshot onto Jeremiah's. Now it's on to Hyomin and Bei Cheng. I think Bei Cheng didn't hear Zhang. He did not hear Zhang as he finds one and the second on Hyomin. And Taiwan defense seemingly very, very strong here. Two rounds on the board, 3 to go for them. This time, move more towards 2 side has been made. It goes out to mid. That's going to land close to Ian, who is repositioned a little bit, but they'll still get hit. Zheng still jumping about with K1CC. He gets Tirza. Ian's in mid, but he will have to retreat, I think. Gets back up. Kill by Zhu onto Bei Cheng. Scopes out the question. Still 2 players there. I think most of the nades have been used by Chinese squad. One is the last one. Humans without. Pretty sure Jeremiah's is without. That's a good jump. The trade outs happen. K1CC now moved in. Jeremiah's is too early on that pre-fire. Look at Zhang once again coming from behind. Jeremiah gets one. But will he watch behind? He does. He gets Zhang. Could this be another clutch? We've seen 2 1v2s. We've seen almost a 1v3 by Tirza. And now Jeremiah's just 1 to go. And Zhu's low. Zhu is low. This could be the moment where you make it happen. But he needs to do it now. Because otherwise Taiwan will have an almost unsurmountable lead. They have a bit of a stare down. 55 seconds on the clock. He needs to get the bomb down. Zhu's just going to hold mid. Just going to make sure, okay, just give him the bomb. Give him the bomb plant. I'll retake it. Jeremiah slowly moving around the corner. Shu just stays put. The bomb's gonna go down with about 30 seconds left. No, Jeremiah decides against it. Does he want to clear up, or is he gonna go to 2? He wants to clear up. That's a wise decision. He does think that Shu's likely going to be close. And now he's going to get the bomb down. He's going to throw that smoke. That will be the call for Shu to move in. Immediately covers a lot of ground. Jeremiah knows where he is. Pre-fires happen, but Jeremiah's with great angle play. Ah, and he gets that clutch. 1v3 by Jeremiah's, and that does give China yet another round. It's now 7-5, sorry. It's almost 8-4. With a 7-5 score, they can still fight back. A good 1v3 by China too. It's the first time that we've seen the Taiwanese team being put under pressure. So far they don't seem to crack yet. They've had an awful strong start, but their aim's just unparalleled. Getting so many headshots from the mid. Okay, once you see now with a deep nade. Hyomin is going to move in, might almost walk into that round, into that nade. And Hyomin's found Zheng. More nades coming through. That nade didn't really land the position they wanted it to. They're still holding the close angle. That gun sticks out. Do trade out each other. If he's still there. One who wants to move in. If he with a peek. Gets that one. 3v3 once again. Jeremiah's and if he spot each other. But now, Beicheng has to move in. He needs to get that kill. He needs to get that fast. He missed the shot! Does find the second. Hyomin's moved in. I think Beicheng is just going to plan it. He's just going to plan it. Will be a 1v1 versus K1CC. Here's that bomb go down. Oh, he jumps. That's good. Oh, Beicheng still gets it. He does need to make these clutches happen. And he does make them happen. They're now up 7-6. And they're keeping it very, very close. Taiwan not having that run in the park. They almost did if they'd won that 3v1 situation, but with their players being so low, it was hard to hold on to that. And now China 2 is fully back into this match. And now to take it slow. They're doing a slowdown in pace, something that we didn't see them do in Cannon earlier on, which didn't work out for them at all. Now the slide... Oh, that's a good nade. Does that hit Zheng? No, it's a little bit too deep into the mid. Now then, I think Wadu or Beicheng will have to go for the first frag. It looks like they'll be going for it. Zheng is still waiting for Taiwan in the mid. Ain is holding that angle. Beicheng's gonna go! Lovely shot on Ain. The scope's really come alive. Look at that, the mid push. Good trade by Terza. Not allowing Zheng to get more than one. And still, China 2 in favor here this round. Shu waits. There's 3 Chinese players crawling up on him. Gets a great timing onto Beicheng and knows he should fall back. Good move by him. Now then, K1CC finds one onto Tirza. Now they're being picked off one by one. Ooh, almost down on the jump. Don't jump up again. Good kill to Wadu. That nade from Jeremiah. Oh, he does get K1CC. Falls back. Is he ready for Zhu? He's not ready for Zhu, but Zhu is being careful. He's now going to move in. Oh, Jeremiah has just moved away, and it's iffy with a kill. Taiwan does fight back now. The rifles showing how strong they are. Zhu with 9.1 damage, 8 in 3. Iffy 6 in 3. The scope's picked up a few extra kills. He's now 6 in 3. And China, it's a little bit closer. Now they're trying to go for 2. K1CC holding that usually plays here over at the library. Interesting smoke. Yeah, and I need a second one for that. CC falls back. Oh, it's the smoke for it. It's actually a setup smoke. It's not a fail at all. They just smoke that. So like, okay, we need that later on. So first you use the binos close, then we use the binos for deep. This is a good spot for me, and I'm not sure if China 2 is going to expect him there. Hyomin definitely won't spot him from up above. Beicheng does train him out. But he does find the kill onto Terza. Hyomin now pushes in. Iffy wasn't holding it for a moment, and Hyomin finds a kill onto Iffy. Chengdo fights back, 3v3. But side's been taken. Refire through the smoke. No damage on K1CC. Is Hyomin going to push this? Yes, and K1CC misses the shot. Now Beicheng can get the bomb down. Jeremiah is watching mid, but both of the Taiwanese players are low. A bit of a free fire shoe has been found as he spotted the second. It's all on Cheng. 1v3 and it won't work out for him. Jeremiah is with a second kill this round, but a great push into side by Hyomin. And we're now just separated by 1. 8-7. 3 rounds remain. But China needs to win this. Needs to win the next 2 in order to push this to overtime. If they win all 3, they win the game. They win the map. Sorry. And push it to a 3rd map. Taiwan just needs 2s to secure it. But they're being pushed down to the wire. Cheng now playing in a very different angle. I don't think I've ever seen someone move up so early into the round into this angle. I'd be very curious to see if anyone's going to check this out. But China 2's playing very careful. Good deep nade. And these type of nades really show, okay, nobody's pushed up that far. And gives China 2 a little bit of info. Are they going to check this angle? They haven't been here before. They're moving into mid with quite a few. We saw Hyomin in map 1 of Cannon not check an angle that allowed Zheng to get 2 kills and take the round for them. Can they do it again with an off angle? Last time it wasn't planned, this time it will be planned. They're now moving in. They do check it! And Tirza finds the kill on Zheng. And now Wadu versus you. If Wadu can win this fight, then the round's pretty much certain to go to China 2. Oh, Wadu's in an off angle. She was not going to see it. She was not going to see it. Wadu was just cycling through his nades, I think. Now Hyomin. He gets in. 1 CC still remaining. It's a 5v2. Pre-fires come out. They know they've got side. And we're going to see an even score. We're going to see an even scoreline after 16 rounds. Oh, not just yet. Not too early. Still 30 seconds remains. Could still be an insane retake. But the Terza have to be careful. Now it's all on to Iffy. Yeah, Iffy won't be able to move in. He does find Terza, but Jeremiah straights him. And now 8-8. The team that wins the next round is going to be on map point. But if there's no team winning 2 in a row, we are going to overtime on map 2. This has been a very strong effort by China 2 altogether. And they're bringing the fight to Taiwan here on Aslan. A couple good clutches make this close. Our deep nade. Won't deal any damage. But yeah, this once again highlights how important that clutch from Jeremiah's was earlier on. If he doesn't make that 1v3, Taiwan runs away with it and we would likely be at the end of the game already. Now instead, we're at a 4-all as Zheng is going to get some work done with the final. If he's still close, Hyomin pushing. Oh, there's 3 players there. K1CC actually getting the tag onto Jeremiah's. Flash now. Beicheng has to peek, gets 1. Falls back, good flash. Zheng finds 1. And now they know they have to retreat. Taiwan's done their effort. They're up by 1. 4v3 in their favor. And Wado isn't really trying anything in the box area for now. K1CC severely tagged though, so that's the good news for China too. But so far all the other angles are being covered off. How much? Cheng is still full HP actually. Yeah, they're slowly making their way over to 1. Chu's holding it from back, which means that Ayan can easily give him backup if needed. And he's already decided to move in. But he's going to defend from side. They're just going to give them a little bit mid control because Cheng is still holding the connector. Got a lovely 4-man setup. This is also good crossfire. Yeah, that little bit of sound will mean Chu is going to move up further. Wadu is about to move in through the garden, but further up ahead, here come Beijing and Terza. Not being watched. Need to get Chu. That finds Chu. Aim fights back. Traded out by Terza. Here comes Zheng though. Can he get the bump here? He does find Terza. Needs to get the second onto Beijing. And it's K1CC with the kill. Taiwan 1 away from match victory. But this was not an easy round for them. Terza with the 2K almost made it work. But the push from Zheng came in at the right moment. He got the pump carrier. Now then, final round potentially. Unless we move to overtime.
Roger.
Now a nade comes in from Terza. Let's see if we're quick enough to see where the nade lands. Oh, actually lands here at the tree. Alright, alright. A really effective nade, I think. Perhaps at the start of the round, if someone pushes down mid. But later on in the round, don't think that is going to deal damage in most of your cases. Team's playing it slow. Yeah, Cheng still over. Oh, Cheng's now going to move in. He's going to move in. Beijing's decided to move away. He doesn't want to contest it. But yeah, then again, binos and smoke. It's not something you want to fight with. And they know that Cheng is always playing there. And most of the rounds, K1CC also. But it's good that they swap around the scope a little bit because that will create uncertainty for the Chinese squad. As they just missed a nade on the window. Could have done significant damage. Now then, Human coming through in the mid. Ayan has spotted him. He's been put on UAV as Terza is the first to fall over at 1. CC was still holding it, but Wadu's found 1. Mid control taken. Spotted MB. A lot of damage onto Jeremiah's. They're gonna go for 1. They're gonna go for 1. Ayan needs to hold them off, but he's reloading and Wadu gets a second kill. This might be overtime territory. It's a 4v2. Iffy and Zheng have to retake it. China does win this round. We have overtime. Zheng now about to move in.
Stop.
Oh, they hear him, but... Oh, he finds 1 on Gilman. Jeremiah's make sound. Zheng finds a second. If he's still there, they still do it! It's a 4v2 retake for Taiwan. And they win week 2 as well. But pushed all the way down to the wire. They take it in the final round in dramatic fashion. Taiwan wins 10-8. And we're done. What an amazing second map this was though. So many clutches. So many crucial rounds. Absolutely the way you'd love to see a second map played out. But this is lovely news for Taiwan. They're almost certain moving on to the playoffs. Only Malaysia stands in their way for the final week. But great effort for them. But China too really gave them a good run for their money here on Aslan. And where it seemed that we were going to overtime, it was the rifles in Iffy, an appointment in Zheng deciding no. We are going to make this 4v2 retake work. And oh boy, they did. Lovely, lovely.